Alrighty, Lumberjacks, welcome back to another Logging from Scratch episode. Last time we were playing, what were we doing? We were processing. Or about to start processing? What were we doing? Trying to rack my memory here. Processing. Yes, we were processing. We just figured out to go to, I think it was 5.5? 5.5? I have to check the processor head. 5.5, I think, was the perfect size to fit on the trailer. But we were determining that loading that trailer was kind of a gong show last time. So I know a welder buddy who also works with some hydraulic stuff. So I think I might talk to him about maybe getting some kind of like a raisable stakes or, I don't know, something, maybe like a rack or something. Just so we have some kind of a stake system to keep the logs from falling out so we can really load it up. But we'll see what we can come up with. I'm not sure what's possible and what's not. But right now, I'm not worried about loading. I'm worried about processing because we have a whole lot of that to do, let me tell you. But yeah, even if we had some kind of like a stake that can raise up or something, I don't know. I'll talk to him and see what we can come up with there. So we're just gonna strictly spend our time doing some hardcore processing here, and I'm just gonna pile these here. No particular rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. But we will just give her. Oh, these bigger ones might be a bit of a challenge, but that's okay. We'll try our best. Let's try to run that. Ooh, that's tight. Woo-hoo. We can do it if we try. There we go. Beautiful. Wow. There's going to be a couple trailer loads already here. These big trees are just crazy. They take up the most space. Whatever. I'll just probably throw that on there. I know it's a top. I don't like to include tops, but sometimes when you get to those back ends, it's fine. Oop. Doesn't like that one. Excellent. Okay. Moving on. Just turn this thing around so my tracks are actually facing the right direction. That'll help. And I think we'll start on this end and then work our way backwards there. I'm thinking. Yeah, some of the, like these big ones are going to create some monster piles. I was thinking of almost maybe renting another piece of equipment to see if we could maybe load these up a little more efficiently. Actually, I really want to buy that that 325 with the button top head. I made an offer to Jim and I said, I'm like, hey buddy, I'll give you 150 grand for it. He didn't buy that though. He said 200, and then I said 175, and then he said he'll think about it. So we'll see if we actually can buy it. But I mean, even at 175, I'm like, well, what do we got? We're pretty close to 175, 162. But I mean, that would be using all my money. That's a big pile of cash right there. So I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? You think I should buy it? Should I just stop scamping around and just buy it? I mean, I don't want to. I could sell this, like my little mini processor, and then I could upgrade a little. But I feel like we've been through so much with this thing so far that I don't really want to lose my history. So I think I'm going to keep this, and then I'm going to buy that cat. I really did want something with a higher cab though, because that one sits really super low to the ground, but the higher cab stuff is up in the, $300,000 range. Maybe I could get like a really beat up old Medill or something for super cheap that I could still use. But the problem is you buy those old beat up ones and it's, they're so houred out that there's not much left on them. So you're probably going to spend more money fixing it all the time and having it break down than you'll get out of it. But at the same time, I also don't have the money to buy a brand new one, and you got to kind of find the balance in between, because makes things a little more tricky. I mean, we have a processor head, so that's already a start. So we could technically just swap this over to that machine if we ever did buy it. But like I said, I did want something with just a little bit of a higher cab. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, just something a little bit better. Because this low cab stuff is just killing me. It's good to be a little bit above the trouble. Oh man, look at these pieces. Ugh, these big ones are so too much. Just a lot of loading. I mean, granted, we get crazy money for them though, so I mean, I shouldn't complain. We do get really good return. But it's still a lot of work. And I'm not keeping the tops. The tops can go burn. Not interested. And let's throw that one in there. And then one in there. And kind of got an ugly end on this one, hey? Got a little twisted up. Ugh. There we go, that's better. We'll just kind of pile these up all nice like. And then yeah, I think I will load them with the I think I will load them with this machine with the grapple on it. It's probably the best way to do it. I know I'm living in this dream of grandeur of, you know, buying all this expensive logging equipment, but it all costs money and I don't have all that money yet. I need to do more contracts, make some more cash so I actually have purpose here. So, like I said, there's some stuff on Ravenport and on Felsburn that I need to go do, but I've been so hung up on this home building project that I want to make sure I get this at least started before, you know, winter gets here or God forbid whatever happens. It's just better to be a little more prepared, have your ducks in a row, so to speak. So let's push this one in a little. There we go. Where's our next pile? It's kind of down there a bit, but I think I'm just going to work crossways here. Oh, how'd those ones get on that side of the tree? Interesting. I don't remember piling on that side of the tree. We're going to take out this tree, though, now, because that's how I feel about it. We just won't tell the property people. Technically, out here, I mean, a property manager is not going to probably come out here and check this out anyway, but it's probably good to keep our ducks in a row, so to speak. There we go. Get that nice and cleaned up. I don't know if I keep smoking them through this, I might be able to get the processing done right now. I mean, that's pretty ambitious to think I'm going to get all that processing done, but hey, we could try. Still got lots of daylight. Might as well get her done, right? I'm going to try to drag this over here. Oh, jeez. It doesn't like that. Doesn't like that at all. Ah. It's hard to get these to pile up exactly the way you want them. I mean, it's not a perfect world here. There we go. Ah. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So yeah, once we get those other contracts going. I mean, they're not like super expensive contracts, but I mean, they do take time, so I got to be really careful with which ones I choose. If I decide to take on too many of the bigger jobs without having the time, you know, I start to lose money then, right? I want to make sure that I'm valuing my time here by picking the right ones. But there is quite a few. And then I did have I talked to the guy. Remember when we cut that trail on Fortitude? We do have a contract. There is a contract available to go back and clean up the wood off that road. There's no money involved, like for like a set price for doing the contract. But if you came and clean up the wood, you get to keep all the cost from the wood. And I said that like most of it's already pre-cut, so I don't think it would be a lot of work to get it out of there. You'd probably just need basically some processor and a loader of some kind, or maybe a forwarder would probably be a better call. The problem is, like, on that one, like, time and distance, right? You know, if you're renting out a piece of equipment for $5,000 a day, you got to be getting that return because that's going to eat you pretty quick. So, I don't know. We'll take a look and see once we get a little bit more stable, a little bit bigger. And the other thing is, once, like, if I'm going to go do a contract over there, like if I don't have my own equipment, that becomes very, very expensive very quickly. So you got to really choose your battles carefully and with what equipment you do have. So you don't want to go in there blind thinking, oh yeah, going to make big bucks, and then rent all your equipment, and suddenly your bill's 150 grand for your equipment, and then you only make, 160 off the wood or something. I don't think you'd make that much off how much we cut. I mean, we knocked down quite a bit over there, but there's no way it's 100 grand worth of wood, I don't think. See, and right now, this is costing us nothing because, other than a little bit of maintenance cost here and there, but it doesn't cost us anything for running all our own machines because they are ours and we've bought them out. That's kind of the joy about having your own equipment that you've purchased or bought out, because now I don't have to worry about crazy rental fees that we were paying. I mean, granted, some of those jobs that we did do when we were with doing Jim's place, I mean, that would have taken forever with the small amount of equipment we had. So renting that stuff was smart in that case, because we did end up making quite a bit of money, and we got to keep the wood cost, which was huge. But we'll explore some new stuff. It's just going to take a little bit of time. If you want it to work out, you got to take your time and don't rush things. You rush things too quickly, that's how you make bad decisions and sometimes make mistakes. There's something to be said about working for the things you want as opposed to just getting them. Not only that, but you definitely appreciate them a bit more too. If I just started off with all the equipment I wanted, it would be great, but I don't think I would appreciate it as much as all the time it's taking to cut my way up the ladder, so to speak. But I'm sure we'll come across some more interesting stuff down the road. Like I said, I just really want to get this house put in, or at least the land all figured out, and then we can start worrying about the other stuff. But yeah, if you guys hear about any other contracts from any of the local towns or maps, definitely let me know, because love that money, Love that money. And let's go put this up here. Excellent. We actually got a lot of wood out here. This is the processing piles are a lot more than I thought they were going to be, which is good because that's money, but it's also scary because I'm like, holy, this is gonna be a lot of loading that we're gonna have to do. And actually, the way we got it sorted here worked out really good for this little guy, because I can just kind of meander between the piles. On some of the bigger machines, you have to be a little bit more spacious with your piles because you can't really get the machine by them. But this is great. This is working out right in our favor. But I think we'll get a good portion of it done today, which is fantastic. Oop. There we go. Excellent. Nice part about these medium kind of sized trees is they just pile up so nice too. The big ones pile up okay-ish, but I find them a little harder to maintain. These little ones are just simple, and they make such nice little, just tight, intricate looking piles. So when you go to loading time, you can get a good grab pile of them. Oops. There we go. That is the name of the game right there. Okay. Maybe we'll get these ones. I think this will be probably our last pile here. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe we'll push the clock a little here. Try to get a little more. I'm trying to kind of work on a diagonal here so that I can get the stuff closest to the front piled up fast, and then as we slowly move, this way you're also not affecting the trees beside you. So if I'm constantly cutting like this and swinging the tips around, you're going to hit those other piles and it kind of wrecks your trees. especially these big ones because they're so long. So you got to be really careful you run them straight and don't twist them around too much. As long as they move straight, you're not going to have problems with your piles. But once they start to get a little whipping side to side, it becomes a bit of an issue. There we go. And that one. And I'm not going to worry about the tops. We don't want the tops. As we remembered from the last loading incident from all those tops. That was a nightmare. Don't want to do that again. Tops have their place. They're just not with me and my trailer. That's the way I look at it. I'll probably just end up grinding them up. I could chip them. I'm just not a super big fan of wood chips. I just don't make a really good amount of money off them. You need a lot of wood to produce a decent pile of wood chips, and the returns are just not really there. Unless we have like a specific contract for wood chips where we have a set rate. But if I'm just selling them direct to the mill, not a lot of cash, let me tell you. Okay. So we still got some time here. Maybe we'll just pinch off these last two little piles because it's mostly big trees, so these should go pretty quick. And then we're going to be on our last three piles. We should be able to get those done in the next one. And then we got to get it all out of here. That'll be the tricky part. But we'll have to see about our trailer. With how much is here, you know, I bet you if I rented a loader and maybe a one-trip trailer with a short log on it, bet you could probably get your money's worth back. It would be faster, but I don't necessarily know if it would be profitable or not. What I'll do is I'll try to do some math on it and see. Because based on our current rentals that we've had, it's about $5,000, roughly $5,000, depending on the machine, per day to be using it. So if we had one machine on the trailer, anytime we bring a truck, trailer, or anything from the mill, it's been $1,000 out here. So, I mean, we're looking at about $6,000 for a rental, and that's a one shot. So maybe let's say 7,000, because if we did two trips with the truck and trailer, heck, even 8. So $8,000. But I bet you, like if you did the math on it, I bet you 2 of these piles would pay for that. So if we could get it all done in one shot, I bet you it would totally be worth it. And all we would need is a loader with a heavy duty grapple, some with a high cab, because those are way easier to load with, and then just a little trailer. Maybe the medium trailer that we have. Yeah. So we might lose, 8 to 10 grand roughly on the cost of the rental. But if we gain, 50 to 60 grand in the wood, I mean, and the time frame, I think it would probably be worth it. The question is, what kind of machine do we want to rent? Well, we'll see what's available at the store. So if I can get a good pile of money off this, then I'm definitely going to go that route. But like I said, every time we bring a trip to the mill, like that's $1,000. $1,000. A trip out and a trip back is $1,000. Unless we rent the truck for a couple days or something, but I mean, whatever. I don't think we'll have to go that far, because I think we'll be able to do it maybe 1 to 2 days. I don't know if I'd be able to get every pile loaded in one episode, though. I think I would end up having for a couple. So, then you're looking at 18 grand. Suddenly now we're cutting into our profits. That's the risk we're going to have to take. So we'll have to make that decision. See how we end up. There we go. All right, okay, we better head back to camp. We're riding the line real close here. But geez, look at that. We got a lot of piles done. That was incredible. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kind of 8.5, 9 maybe. So then we'll get maybe 10, 11, 12. 12 piles. Just thinking in my head here how many truckloads that would be on the... Well, you know what we could do? I could throw the pup on there for an extra $500. I'm sure I could throw the pup on there. That wouldn't be so bad. So then every load back and forth would be about $1,500. So $1,500 a load. Each load's probably going to be worth about 3 bunks fully loaded. Well, that's going to be quite a bit. Probably be like 30 grand. So, I mean, 1 load, 12 piles, 4 trips. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. I bet we could do it in 4, maybe 5 trips. If each load of 5 trips is like 30. Oh, yeah, we'll make a lot of money. So why don't we do that? I'm going to talk to the rental place. Maybe we will rent a big loader, something high cab. We'll get that hauled out there. And then, yeah, we can work out the cost difference. But we still have to finish processing, too, so we gotta get that all figured out. And then maybe I'll lay out the math. I'm gonna go afterwards, just so you guys don't have to listen to me do terrible math. I will lay out the math for us on the little on our little financial counter there, and then we can look at next episode. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end it on that one. So if you guys like the video, leave a like, leave a comment. Do not forget to subscribe, and if you're in the bush, don't forget to hug a tree. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.